Good morning, good people. Today is Tuesday. Was it Tuesday, March 24th? And as you can see, I haven't had a video in 2 weeks. So I'm glad to grace the presence of your screen. I'm sick today. That's why I look crazy. But like I said last time or a couple videos ago, this is not a makeup tutorial, so I really don't care. But I've been busy as hell. Yes, as hell this month. I've been traveling everywhere. I just got home actually on Saturday from Texas. We were at South by Southwest, me and my artist. And before that, I was in Jersey. I was in Rhode Island. I was in Philly. So shout out to everybody that I met along that. I literally been on the plane multiple times, so that's probably why I'm sick now, because I haven't really been sleeping. I've probably been taking too many shots everywhere I go, so, you know, shout out to everybody. But I was actually supposed to do 2 videos last week, but I get all the way to my hotel in Texas, and I find out that my cord is in Atlanta. So now I'm gracing your presence with a video that I've been waiting to speak about. And it's really about the biggest controversy in a while. It's funny how so many people are upset, but I want to talk about what's his name, Dame Dash's interview with 105 on The Breakfast Club, which is crazy to me. I love interviews. I watch everybody's interview. Him, and he even had one on Sway in the morning, but whatever. Not as many people were upset about that one as they were with The Breakfast Club. And you know why everyone is upset? Everyone is upset because he's challenged everybody to be their own boss. So, of course, this is so relevant to everything that's going on. Me posting it, me making statuses about it, has caused so much controversy, so many people writing paragraphs, which I didn't even read, because honestly, I already said what I had to say. So, I know everybody else is wrong. I agree with that man 100%, Dame all the way. But even when I got to South by Southwest, of course I meet dudes from Harlem. And I have a thing for dudes from Harlem. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, everybody was talking about how so many people, and a lot of people obviously that I come across are entrepreneurs. So many people are posting and everything like that. And the one thing I've noticed is that part 1 of his interview has over 1 million views. And I didn't even look at how many likes, and dislikes, but if you look at his full video, there's about 2,000 likes and like almost 600 dislikes. Like, he didn't say anything wrong, which is crazy. But I noticed, which is bad and which is an error, and shame on everyone, for people don't like him, so they disagree with everything he has to say. First of all, if that man is giving you good advice, and even I just rewatched it again just so I can make sure I got everything right, make sure I agree with everything he's saying before I even come out here, or even post a video. But even his boy Daniel on the side was talking about, okay, this is my man's whatever, and when we talk, he says things crazy, or he may say things that contradict, or not contradict, because I don't feel like he contradicts, even though other people said, but not contradict, but he may say things aggressively or whatever. But just because he says things that way doesn't mean that he's not saying good stuff. And that's how I feel. Like, a lot of things that he said about being a boss and not everybody can be a boss, a lot of people were upset about that. And like, even there were certain people who posted comments and they're talking about someone has to be a boss. Well, and what my response to everybody with that comment is, if somebody has to be a boss, if somebody has to be an employee, if somebody has to be an employee, that's why you're the employee. That's why you aren't chasing your dreams. That's why you're set up to work for someone for the rest of your life. And not even to get it wrong, I had not that mentality if I was going to be a employee all my life, but I was an employee. And the thing about that was, I feel like everybody at the end of the day can be a boss. Everybody can follow their own passion, and at one point, everyone was. Like, even if you go back in the day when people in they would be their own farmers. They would be their own, they would have their own shops. Like, people had things and they were passing them down to their family. It's not only really into the Industrial Revolution, and this is just me and stuff that I've already noticed and things I've already seen and everything, but it wasn't really until the Industrial Revolution when we started having factories and stuff and they needed factory workers that it was such a thing to have a job. And even, I saw this documentary, but it was even talking about how that's why the public school system was in place. Why? Because they needed people to respond to authority. They needed people to come in, sit here, respond to a bell, respond to taking lunch at a certain time, and aspire to work for someone. You go to school to get set up to go to college. Why go to college? Why? So you can get this banging job that a lot of people are not even getting now. People are having degrees, masters, and all this other stuff where they're degrading themselves. Not degrading, okay, but they're not working to what they wanted. They're not working out their potential. They're not working out their degree or pay level just because it's not what it's set up to be. What do you call it? And I'm saying they, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to even specify a certain amount of people or whoever, but it's set up so that we can get a job. That's what people teach you. Oh, you work here for 50 years, you get a watch, you retire, and now you can't even retire at 50 or whatever. Now you have to wait until you're 65 because now it's not, people aren't getting paid off Social Security like they used to and all this other stuff. But me, I'm not in politics and all the other stuff. I'm just watching and seeing what I see. So my thing is, people are upset about this. Why? Because we have this mind where we're literally being told that this is what you're supposed to do to win. And it's not until people get older when they notice school is not all it's cracked up to be. So, like, even now, I have a company within network marketing. And yes, it's my own company within somebody else's company. I'm not going to do it forever. I feel like it's one of those things like Dane was talking about, something to invest in yourself. You give somebody an opportunity. He was talking about drugs, though, but it's kind of the same thing. You give somebody opportunity, and yes, it is their own opportunity, but they can take whatever they have to do, they sell it, whatever, and then they get it back to be able to do what they're doing. But the thing about network marketing, which I was about to say, is they talk about a lot of people, they target people who are 25 and older. Why? Because after 25, you notice that, okay, I went to school and I did this and all this other stuff. By that time, people are starting to understand that the whole education school route is not the best way. Not saying everybody doesn't make it or whatever, but I'm saying if that's what you want to do, where I feel like if you want to be like a nurse or something, people who have to do that. But for the most part, the things that you're passionate about, you can do on your own. I don't know. You can't own your own hospital. I don't even know how that works. But for the most part, what he was trying to say, which I feel like I have to translate to people, is you can always be your own boss. You don't have to work for someone. And envy, even what he was talking about, is about him. If you're passionate about this is what you enjoy doing, which I do agree on Dame's part, then do it on your own. Fine, whatever. Maybe it's too much hassle for you or whatever, and if that's the case, say that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not disagreeing with what Envy was trying to say either, on the fact that, like, a lot of stuff that he was saying, yes, I do, agree that you don't need your own boss. Yes. Okay, make that clear. But the one thing that I do agree with what Envy was saying was, he said that he started somewhere where it wasn't illegal. And that's the one thing, because Dame did say what he did was not always illegal. He said that, okay, I started a video and I'm putting up my own money. But Envy was trying to say, which I am translating again, is, okay, somebody has to start somewhere. I don't know. I think of Farrah Gray. Farrah Gray, he's a big dude too. I love his story though. And he talked about how when he was little, he used to sell rocks. Like he used to go out and this is what he did. He found this and he didn't work for somebody. He went out, sold rocks. He sold other stuff, like not rocks like drugs. He was selling actual rocks. Like he would paint them or whatever. And that's someone who he wasn't doing illegal stuff, but he never had a boss. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was really controversial. I hope that it made sense what I was trying to say, my thoughts and everything. But and the other thing, and yes, I did take notes when I watched it the second time. Excuse me. But oh yeah, and how he said that he said that he made his own records and everything like that. And basically he was saying, Envy was saying to Dame, well, where did you get the money for studio time and everything? So he goes, well, today you don't need money for studio time. But we weren't talking about today. We were talking about 10 years ago when he made the record. So how did you get the money for studio time? Okay, it was illegal. That's what he was trying to say. So his point, he kind of deterred from that. But that's what he was trying to say. So basically, he's saying he never had his own boss. He flipped it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just amazed at how many people are upset with being told that you could be your own boss. And how many people are saying everybody can't be their own boss. I think that's completely false. I feel like some people, yes, if you want to get a job and everything like that, but don't say that you can't be your own boss. Don't say that. Just say that. Call it what it is. But don't say that you can't be your own boss, because you can. And people do. And some people never have jobs, and it's not always by illegal means. And even, what's his name? Billionaire. Warren Buffett. He even talked about having paper routes and stuff like that. I mean, I guess that's a job, but I feel like he sold his own paper. I'm going to double check that, actually. But I thought he sold his own newspapers and stuff like that to have an income. And he did multiple things. And he was always reinvesting in himself. This video is long, but it's okay. This is my thought process. But yeah, in South by Southwest, people were arguing about it. And when I went home, families and stuff, everybody's talking about this video all on my Facebook. So I felt like there was a huge need to get out what I said, because me, personally, once I say what I have to say, I really don't want to hear what anybody else says. Call it stubborn or whatever, but I feel like Dame was in no wrong with that. I just feel like people are afraid to, first of all, think outside of the norm, but people are afraid to have to really do work, which is a shame, because majority of the people in this world are working for someone. And it's not so much that they don't have dreams and they don't have goals and they don't have other passions. It's because it's easier. Period. That's it. It's easier. It's easier for me to have something set up where I go to somebody else and somebody else pays me. You can't give me that people have every Monday have a post talking about, I hate my job and everything like that. Why are you there? That's how I feel like. Why are you there? And if you're talking about he loves it, okay, fine, that's cool. But not everybody loves their job. And I don't know, even like how Dame said, how can you love being a slave? Period. I feel that way. And especially, yes, he has been in the game long enough. I'll follow him if he got his own radio station. But I think it's hilarious. I've been laughing. I've been talking to people who are entrepreneurs and understand. Everybody else who doesn't understand is offended. That's crazy. I think that's so crazy. And like I said, 1 million views for just part 1. Versus they usually get around their videos, well, or the average person, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the big J's and everybody who comes up in there. But for their average videos within the time frame are around 300,000 to probably, like, I'll give the most 500,000. But to have 1 million views in such a short time, people are upset. I think it's so funny. But I'm not going to make this thing over 15 minutes. But I think it's funny. I think y'all should really challenge yourselves. Take that risk. If you are passionate about something, if you are working a job now, don't make this, like how Dame said, don't make this go 20 years where you're working this job miserable. Period. Make it work for you. If you have to be a boss, I mean, if you have to not be a boss right now, if you have to work for somebody, Don't do it forever. Don't work years and years building someone else's brand when you can work on your own. If this is what you're passionate about, make sure that all your money, and it makes sacrifices, it doesn't matter what you have to do, but make sure your money is going towards your passion. Because that's why we put on this earth. And if you even want to talk biblically and about God and everything like that, because I do believe, actually, here goes my shirt. I got baptized. I got it from Hope Cathedral. That's my church in Jersey. And Jackson, by the way. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. But, if you really want to talk about purpose and what you're supposed to do, you don't have to be a slave all your life. And I say slave because that's what employment is. You have to respond to this person, male or female, who's your boss. You have to clock in. You have to clock out. You have to do what they tell you to do. That is a slave. I'm sorry. Call it what you want. Even though you get paid, you feel like you're not a slave. You are a slave. So my thing is, when it comes to the point where you're not calling in, you're not having to answer to somebody, you can go get on a plane, you can wake up when you want. It's about making sure you do what you want. You're supposed to be free in life. How is this a home of the free where they give you all this opportunity but they know you won't take it? You can do whatever you want. It's not impossible. It is not impossible. It's just going to take some work. And that's the thing. People don't want to work for what they have to do. People don't want to get sick and still grind and go where they have to go. People don't want to have to find out how they're going to get money up for this. People are afraid to look crazy, to be uncomfortable. You have to be cool with being uncomfortable. This is what people tell me all the time. Be cool with being uncomfortable. Or be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because those are the people who make it. The people who, and even how, like Dame said, all his money, and not even to keep on quoting him, but I feel like he was on point. I feel like it's just crazy that people don't agree with him. I feel like, what he said about, he puts all his money back. That's what he does. Like, even with me, as far as, doing travel and all this other stuff, everything I'm doing is to promote about my business, to promote about my artists. Anything I'm doing, any type of money I'm getting, I'm sound crazy because I'm sick, but any type of money I'm getting, anything I'm doing, everything goes back to business. I'm not out here. I haven't partied since I've been in Atlanta for fun. Everything has been networking. Any social events that I can go to where I'm networking with people, managers, everything else, that's where all my money goes. Everything is going back. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's fine. Like, even today, on Saturday, my phone broke on the ground, whatever. But my thing is, as long as I can still get in contact with people as far as business, which shout out to my computer because that's how I'm calling people and all this other stuff. But as long as I can still get stuff done, that could take time. I can make that work. I can get stuff done. But my priority is to make sure I'm growing and I'm constantly doing something and building my empire. And that's what it's all about. And I said it was going to be 15 minutes and now it's 18 minutes. And I know people already stopped the video, but it's cool. My thing is, if you still want to connect, y'all know my email address. I'll put it back down there. It's M as in Marissa, L, Fortes 426 at me, because it's all about me.com.